My name is Grit. I'm the woman behind Healing Arts with Grit, and I'm an art therapist and an artist. I am going to show you today in this video a bilateral drawing exercise which can help you self-regulate if you do it correct. It can also help you de-stress. The main thing you want to do when you're doing this exercise is pay attention to your midline, so the center of your body, and moving your arms across the center of your body. So that's what's important, and that's in fact why I choose to do this with two drawing implements on some paper. You can do this without any drawing implements and paper. You can just do the exercise in the air if you don't have anything to draw with and draw on. But the bigger you work, the better it is. And so if you have a big piece of paper, that's great. If you only have a small piece of A4 paper, it's not really going to work. You're better doing it without the drawing implements. As we're doing this exercise, I want you to pay attention to a few different things. Don't swing too far with the movement as you're doing the line, because you might end up not actually crossing your midline but just moving your whole upper torso. The next thing is pay attention to the rhythm and make sure that it's rhythmic as you're moving your arms. The next thing is the speed with which you do the line or movement in the air if you don't draw. And the final thing is if you're moving from the inside and out or from the outside and in. Now I'm going to use curved lines in order to do this exercise, but what's important is that you feel what is regulating to you, and it might just be doing straight lines across in front of your body, crossing your midline. To me, something that feels regulating and containing is doing a kind of curved line. So that's what I'm going to show you. So I'm starting off at a reasonable distance from my easel. As you can see, my line is fairly large and wide. That might not feel regulating and containing for you, in which case you want to make it smaller and draw it in. If you're unsure about the speed, how that feels, try and speed up, see how that feels for you, or try and alternatively slow down a little bit and see how that feels for you. Also, whilst you're doing this exercise, try and pay attention to, am I moving across my centre line? especially if you're doing it small like this, because when you come in towards the center, then you might not feel like you're actually crossing your midline, and that's what's important in this exercise. You can also work from the center out, so you can see, how does that feel? How did it feel for me to come from the outside and in towards the center here? And how does it then feel if I go from the center out? The important thing, of course, is to do a movement and in a rhythm that feels regulating to you, that feels calming and de-stressing to you. If you feel yourself breathing deeper, maybe even giving a little sigh, then that's a sign of relaxation. It could also be that you might want to do this with coloured crayons. The main thing is that it's something that glides easily over the paper. So I would recommend, if you're going to use colours, you might use coloured dry chalks. And if that doesn't work for you, then have a look at what is in your supplies, or go and get something that is easily make a colour mark and glides over the paper as you're working with it. That's all I had for you today in this video. I hope you enjoy it, and leave me a comment in the box below on whether you find this exercise regulating.